Thomas O'Donnell is an energy and geopolitical strategist, and he joins us now from Berlin. Thank you so much for joining us, Thomas. But what do you make of all this? I mean, do you think this is all a bit of a red herring?
Great to be here. Well, there's a lot of red herrings flying around here. Let me grab one piece of that. There's a reason to bring Venezuela online. One reason is if you want to recover Venezuela itself, the people of Venezuela, there's no other productive capacity. There's no other productive activity in the country. There wasn't much before Chavez either. It's all about oil. So there has to be some recovery there to rebuild the country, to get the electricity going, to get the food system going. And that's a big prerequisite also for the oil companies to come in. So it's consistent with what they need. Now, Venezuela can really be an oil powerhouse. I don't think there's any doubt about this. Whether the United States wants to develop or not, if Venezuela was a free country, they'd proceed with this. One of the biggest problems here is the kind of discussion that's taking place. People are looking at the oil majors, the super majors like Exxon. If you look at Venezuela, what I see is three different levels of investment possibilities. You have fields that are already running. PDVSA runs fields. They've doubled their production since the end of Corona. They took some money they were getting from the Chinese and invested. And Delcy Rodriguez, the acting president or actual president now, also runs PDVSA, and they have increased their production somewhat. Those fields can be significant, that are already running, can be significantly improved if you get foreign technology to come in. So Chevron, who's been there all along, they produce like 240,000 barrels a day. Their CEO says within a couple of years they could increase that by 50%. The second class of things is there's a lot of mature fields where the production was shut off, and PDVSA under Chavez and Maduro said they were depleted. They're not depleted, most of them. That's a sort of a story. There's a huge opportunity there, and that can be small and medium-sized firms. Then there's the big Faja, big fields, and that's what the super majors are talking about, big investments there. But that can be done at quite a low price. That was proven by old PDVSA around the years that Chavez first came into power. They proved they could develop that oil. Their goal was $20 a barrel back then.
Thomas, briefly, when you look at what the oil majors are talking about here as well, they want security guarantees on top of everything else. Now, those security guarantees, would they be forthcoming? How important are they? And would they tip the balance?
Okay. Now, it depends what they mean by security guarantees. Sometimes they're talking about money, backstop from the United States government. I think the U.S. government isn't too inclined to do that. The other security guarantee is, look at Venezuela. It's a highly armed country, very ideologized. So you've got two kinds of armed actors in Venezuela. One set of armed actors are actually with the state, but you have non-state actors, and then you've got guerrillas. Something has to be done about all those, and a transition that takes place with the agreement of the present government in some way is most likely that these people will stand down, gradually be replaced. If there's a forcible change, if the U.S. ever went directly in, a lot of these people would go to the jungle or whatever and engage in terrorism and so forth. So when they talk about security guarantees, they're talking about, I think, the American government taking care of this transition. So far, they're doing it in a way that might, it's more intelligent than the way they did it in Iraq. And so there's a possibility of that. Let me just say, big super major oil companies operate in all sorts of environments that are very dangerous, and they have security for their fields and for their people. As Trump pointed out, they're tough guys. So it's possible that this can be solved, but it's a delicate question of the political transition in Venezuela.
Donald Trump says that he wants to lower energy prices, and that would, of course, benefit the American consumer. But at the same time, he's also saying that would also lift profits for American oil companies. Surely that's a contradiction.
Yeah, I mean, look, American shale can make money at $50 a barrel probably. They've had oil price wars with the Saudis in the past and proved that a lot of them with technology can do these things. We're actually in the middle of Shale 4.0 revolution taking place in technology. I think this is tenable. Now, if you bring Venezuela online in a big way over some years, yeah, there's going to be a lot of extra oil in the market, and it'll keep it low. I think the elephant in the room here is, Russia's been one of the 3 biggest producers of oil in the world, and the Americans, together with the Ukrainians, are in the process of stepwise taking them offline. If this continues, if Putin doesn't agree to peace in Ukraine, it's possible for the Americans to take Russian exports offline. And so I think that might be in the back of Washington's mind, or right in the front of their mind, why they want to get Venezuela online. Because a couple years down the road, when the glut in the world market now is run down, there's a glut, he can do this now, take Russia offline. But in a few years, they'll need Venezuela if they go ahead with that.
Thomas O'Donnell there. Thank you so much. Thomas O'Donnell is an energy and geopolitical strategist.
Thank you. Thank you.
And President Donald Trump has Greenland